sinner. But those sins, I confess them to God.
You understand what's at stake here, right?
Yes, I do. So I need you to stay alert. Never let your guard down.
That's it. I'm gonna call you Shield. Die, you motherfucker! There, right? And we'll throw it up on the table. There. Alright. Well, next. Oh, hi there. Didn't see you come in. Oh, well, what am I doing? Well, welcome to the Droid Podcast Thanksgiving edition. As you can tell, been a little bit busy. Well, I won't lie, I hate turkey. And, I'm not going to eat this turkey. This was personal gain. Mainly because it was named S.H.I.E.L.D. and I needed to put it out of its misery. Something Marvel won't do. And we got some news going on for our Thanksgiving edition. So, I hope you watched The Walking Dead the other night, because this is kind of what this reminds me of. Not really The Walking Dead, just, you know, yeah. Have you ever tried deboning a turkey before? I can honestly tell you it's a pain in the ass. Anyways, we got a lot of news to talk about, and I have a turkey to finish gutting, so let us get started with episode 1. Whoa. What episode are we on? I should do a better job of this one. Episode 125! We must give credit where credit is due. Congratulations to The Walking Dead, setting forth a shattering of all cable records to ever exist. They literally have raped TV. The Walking Dead pulled in a whopping 17.3 million viewers on Sunday at 9 p.m. Wow. Well, safe to say that any other show that aired on Sunday was basically beating the crap out of, and that also includes the NFL. Even with the Eagles crushing the Giants 27-0, no one gave a shit because everyone was watching The Walking Dead. Huh. That does kind of almost bring a tear to my eye. I don't know about yours, but oh. Now, if only our podcast can crush numbers like that. Wait for it. News that is not shocking, almost borderline excited that Fox is picking up Batman's prequel, Gotham, for a full 22. Originally ordered 16, but due to the overwhelming numbers, because it's Monday and really nothing else is up, but it's not really relevant, but they're going to go up to 22 episodes. You know what? Good for them. It gives them more of a chance for the show to actually expand out. Which leads to the next part of the news. The Penguin was killed yesterday. That's right. He's dead. He ain't coming back. Motherfucker had his head bashed in with a baseball bat yesterday. Well, maybe a little bit of a stretch, but Greg Nicotero came clean. It was Robert Lord Taylor, Gotham's Oswald Cobblepot, was a non-speaking role. You wouldn't really recognize him because he had bleached blonde hair, and then his head was bashed in with a baseball bat, then his throat was slit, and then he bled into a nice, what was that, a trough? Ooh, a little bit of a spoiler. Not really, because it's in the trailer. So stop complaining already. Gah. Also, apparently, he was in Season 4 as one of the hippies. Hippie Sam. Well played. You know who picked that up before anyone else? Chris Hardwick, my hero. Christopher Nolan is officially going to be put on as an executive producer for the Batman vs. Superman film. Does that mean it's going to be awesome? Most likely. I mean, let's be honest here, people. Anything that touches the Nolanverse seems to survive. Unlike the Whedonverse that seems to die. Like there's a lot of hate for S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what? It's justified. Come on, let's be honest with each other, people. I go on almost every week about how much I hate S.H.I.E.L.D. because S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks. I think Z Nation is a better show. I'm not annoyed while watching it. I know the show is shit, and that's why I accept it. Now, is it the show that's shit, or is the shit on the show? Questions you need to ask here. But digressing back, and also, did you know that Batman is going, well, it's Affleck, but he's 6'4". I actually did not know he was 6'4", and Cavill is 6'1". So actually, Batman is taller than Superman. Interesting dynamic. I didn't actually expect that. And they wanted that on purpose. And they purposely wanted Affleck because he would be more of a mature Batman. See what they're doing here. They're being very sneaky. After a few decades, Michael Keaton has finally come out and said why he didn't play Batman a third time. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to have to do with the script, and it does! Batman 3 sucked, he said to CBS News. It was revealed that Keaton was actually offered $15 million to reprise a third time as Batman, but he says the film was no good. He goes, it was just absolutely awful. He also added that similar to the announced casting of Ben Affleck as Batman, the fans weren't all that happy with his own casting. Which is true. Now, a lot of people were happy that Keaton was going to be the Batman. But he said that it was probably the most intense thing he'll ever do. And it's true. Like, I mean, let's be honest here. He hasn't done anything really that well since. He did Beetlejuice. I think as White Noise. Oh, yeah, he was also the lieutenant in the other guys. That was pretty funny. But he hasn't really done anything beyond that was mind-blowing. Doesn't matter because Michael Keaton's still the shit. Keanu Reeves in the news this week, mainly because he responds back to the Doctor Strange chatter. Pretty much what it is that he doesn't know who Doctor Strange is, so why in God's name would he say, yeah, I'll be in the movie? That's pretty much what it is that show me a script and I'll think about it. Because, come on, let's be honest here. When people don't read the comics and then be the adaptation of it, it sucks ass. I'm not going to say names, but Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, Ben Affleck as Daredevil, Jennifer Gardner's Ears as Elektra, so forth and so forth. Catwoman, Halle Berry. See how these are all fun. And these are all the bad comic book movies, and not one of them read a comic. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. Funny that this came up because myself and the Mountain Man were recently discussing the possibility of 12 Monkeys the show, and I happened to trip across the actual article with the trailer. Not too bad. Now, it's not Bruce Willis and it's not Brad Pitt, but it looks fantastic. Now, it takes place in 2043, and they're on a mission to locate and eradicate the source of a deadly plague, blah, 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 blah. You know this. You should know this. This is 12 Monkeys. You should know this show by now. If you don't know this, then you should already be watching the movie. If you're not watching the movie, you should be downloading the movie and then watching the movie to understand the movie. Because there's a lot about the Army of the 12 Monkeys that you need to understand. Very skeptical, and then I saw the cast. Wow. Cast looks great. You got Aaron Stanford, Amanda Scholl, Kirk Acevedo. Can't say his last name for the life of me, but I remember him in Oz. He just had a stint last season on The Walking Dead. Barbara Sakawa and Noah Bean. They don't sound like people you know. I won't lie. But you do know Tom Noonan, and you know Emily Hampshire. You just need to actually see the shows and see what they look like, blah, blah, blah. Check out the trailer. It premieres on January 16th of next year. And let me tell you, check out the trailer. You'll enjoy it. Listen, Robert Downey Jr., you're beginning to really piss me off every other day in the feeds. You keep going on and on. Are you going to be Iron Man again? Are you not? And you just can't seem to make up your mind. But he's been making his rounds promoting his latest movie, The Judge, and he made mention of Iron Man 4 a few times, and now talks about Avengers 2, and how it's going to be the best Marvel movie to date. That's pretty fucking bold, because Guardians of the Galaxy apparently is the best Marvel movie to date, period. But I think he needs to sit down and figure out his shit and actually say, before he opens his mouth for the final time, Are you going to be Iron Man anymore, or you're just gonna keep changing your mind? Yeah, that was a little bit over the top, but I don't care, because I'm actually that sick of seeing it. Just when you think shit could not get any more weird, apparently PlayStation now has a TV show? PlayStation and Sony TV unleashed the first trailer to the upcoming TV series Powers at New York Comic-Con, and the show looks decent. The trailer is not too bad. The show follows the lives of two homicide cops who are assigned to investigate cases involving people with extraordinary abilities referred to as powers. Fringe! X-Files! Sorry. Set amiss to the paparazzi culture, Powers asks questions. What if the world's full of superheroes? Shield! Gotham! Oh, jeez, there's a lot of con. Get my point? Supernatural, Arrow, Flash, Smallville, How I Met Your Mother, Enox, I Am, Angel, Married with Children. Married with Children? It appears that Batista is not a one-trick pony after all. Dave Batista, the wrestler who can't wrestle worth of shit. Well, shit. If AJ was here, he would be yelling, what the fuck? And apparently, someone seems to believe the man's got acting ability. It's funny in Guardians of the Galaxy because he really, that role fit for him because he had like little to no acting to do in that show. Because he's kind of like a deer caught in headlights when he's talking half the time. So this kind of works out for him. Good for him. Good for you. But apparently Dave Bautista is to play the villain in Bond number 24. It's a character named Hinx. H-I-N-X. Really? This is kind of interesting that they would do something to that. But Daniel Craig will be playing Bond for the fourth time, which is pretty goddamn awesome. And we're looking forward to it. What, will Batista give a Batista bomb? Or no, he's just going to bomb out of the show. And for the final article of this week's news. Just when you think it was safe to turn the TV back on, all the shows are flooding back like The Walking Dead and Gotham and Arrow and Flash and Constantine and blah blah blah. No, someone's got to ruin it. It's always got to be there. And with that said is the news of the 3 upcoming TV shows that no one wants to watch. I'll start with the worst one. The worst one that I just saw literally seconds ago is that they're turning the movie The Mortal Instruments into a TV series. I did not watch it. It looks like garbage. Moving on. Some people may disagree with me on this one, but I already know it's bad. Underworld will now be moved into a TV show franchise. And hold onto your panties. Resident Evil moves to a TV show. I don't understand it. That's the part I'm trying to get. Like, this is kind of just one of the situations where it's going to turn into a rant. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, Resident Evil is not even a good enough show for it to have, like, a good enough movie to have its own show.
Oh god, here he goes again. He's not here 10 seconds before he starts boring us with his dire warning from the future crap.
I couldn't honestly tell you how fucking stupid that this...
We may want to pay attention. This could explain a critical plot point.
And the franchise fell apart after the second movie, and that did... And the fourth film, I'm surprised there was even midgets in this film, because that's how much sense it made, and...
It's so boring!
How does that work? Where does that expression come from? It doesn't make any sense.
Make it stop!
And that's the news! And that's it for me. Tired. 15 minutes is going to be the marker. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Have a chimichanga.
Great, Cable! Thanks awesome bye! See you in traffic! Yo, dog, I heard you like boots. So I put my boots in this boot so I can stop you while I stop you.